Hey YouTube, following on with highway proceedings this episode, and getting funky just ever so slightly with more infrastructural goodies as connection to service roads are implemented. Just kinda slowly wrapping my giblets all around this box. Building the interchange. A bridge runs perpendicular to the straight stretch of highway, the choice of double lanes defying circumspection that would limit the bridge too small and dumpy on account of the low density planned for the box, though it later constitutes a thoroughfare via tunnel, so I might be able to rustle up some outside traffic if need be. Or maybe I just need to jump in with some high density. CBD anyone? No, just trying to keep it simple, thank you. Road is off-centered, so a rail bridge can squeeze in the stretch, just a place mark for now. My first thought for highway connection is to curve uphill from the raised direction, joined downhill by ramps tracing the service road. Made obsolete by a huge loop, spawning at no point or size particularly considered, yet amiably meeting road's edge to trace with a ramp, which is obsolete for the same reason despite tenaciously wishing to emanate the circle for the full 3/4, that the loop accommodates all service routes via T intersection. Highway connection again starts with simple duopus formation, triopus extending naturally, woohoo, now we're cooking, smell that sizzle, and screw it, T-quadropus engaged, everyone catered for, nice and easy. Notice how the T-quadropus launches from the conveniently positioned river bend. Didn't think old Road Time was planning that one, did ya? And you're absolutely right to think that, being an utterly chance occurrence. For some reason I think it necessary to run tentacles parallel to the highway for some time before merging. Avoiding the parabolic tendency of acute curves here, several attempts at guiding a neat circular curve are estimated before eyeballing with move it anyway. I averaged the slope of each loop direction, realizing the inner lane could stand to branch out from the higher point of the two, given it has less distance over which to spread the grade. I do, however, wish the lanes to be retained by ordinary terrain, for which purpose I figure the inner lane to be better suited on the low end. Whoop! What's this? Go on and chuck a star up there, you know you want to. Bang! Building the landscape. Road cuts into terrain before tunnelling against the box, overhung by a lateral decorative pillar composed of 4 expressway pillar segments for thickness, which appears only to span a gap equal to road width when framed by surfaces. Let's be funky, let's be fun. Let's paint the lateral decorative pillars yellow. Some of you may find that suggestion trite, before copying along. JP retaining walls are added to the frame, extending down the curve, and slope profiles give the tunnel a look of protrusion. This segment could be much longer than it is, I'll spare you the drudgery. Retaining walls continue at lower iterations, creating perpendicular ledges, along the bottom of which follows a street climbing to the above terrace on one side, and a similar formation spawning from the loop to climb the other. More double-lane road seems an appropriate width to merge with the loop lanes, and is well enough justified by the harbouring situation. The single-lane side widens gradually to merge, which I'm glad about. Plonk. And a sharp turn of death down the hill. Retainers for loop variants, and death turn, struggling with difficult terrain, which I try to smother with not Babby terraforming network, which I guess is just terraforming network. TBH, I'm just going to redevelop this whole area anyway. I tried terraforming network on the single lane side, though swap for more retainers due to the steepness, accompanied by slopes which clash with the natural land. Is the stark jump from grass to cliff here acceptable? Better question, is it acceptable to douse it with trees? Quadropus cage. Need I say more? Very well then. Parallel to the highway, lines of lateral decorative pillars. I mean, that's it. I could just stop there, couldn't I? Run, evenly spaced, the span of underpassing ramps back to the loop. Vertical supports squeeze in the space between the upper and lower deck, from which run more lines, spanning the upper ramps now, with supports under extremities. Building the BREEJ. Thanks once again to Radmate, a rail truss bridge segment spans the river under the road deck, divided into equal parts before elevating into an arch and copying to the other side. I eventually realised the double tracks are too thick and swapped them for singles. Expressway pillars stack in square formation so ramp passes through unhindered, partitioned by horizontal segments. This structure is copied to the further ramp with a smaller arch between and once more so the highway is cleared. On the mirror side, Death Turn ledge needs to be lowered to clear the last arch, and some regular pillars thereon. Why yes, I did forget to add pillars between the arch and deck. Seen here. Hefty terracing. Too hefty? Either way, JP walls are my new best friend. Squiggly road offshoots leading to future stuff. The lateral decorative pillar tunnel is inspired by an old proposed road upgrade in SA, which was cancelled and turned out to be lame by the way. Matchy lateral decorative pillar cage, kind of an ongoing beautification theme for wherever the hell this is. The one I painted blue looks like it's missing some teeth though. The fact of the upper highway direction spawning ramps from the inner side is something I would ordinarily put some thought into, but for the purposes of this highway, which doesn't really go anywhere, yep. Some of you may have noticed this is like a reverse Hisashimichi, which I've totally recreated before by the way. Pre-move it. RIP network nodes editor. I definitely want to add the rail bridge back in and we'll see how that commingles with the remaining bridge connection and surrounding streets. Lots of room for building development over there. That's all, thanks for watching and goodbye forever. For some reason I think it necessary to run tentacles parallel to the highway for some time before merging. It was only a matter of time before this channel devolved into cheap tentacle porn.